Section 9.3 deals with rotations. So whenever you have a rotation, you need to know three things. You need to know the center point of the rotation, the amount of rotation, and the direction of rotation. In standard form for mathematics, a positive degree measure is a counterclockwise rotation. Likewise, a negative degree is clockwise. Now this might seem backwards to you, but when you get to Algebra 2, it's going to be important to remember that positive degrees is a counterclockwise rotation, and negative is clockwise. So let's take a look at an example. Let's say we want to rotate with the origin as the center point, and we're going to rotate 90 degrees. So here's our pre-image points. There's A, -2, -1. B is -4, 3. C is -6, 7. And D is -9, 4. And we're going to rotate 90 degrees in the counterclockwise direction. So with your tracing paper, place the paper over top of the pre-image, trace the points, and then also trace where the origin will be. In other words, trace out just a couple of points at the 0, 0 place. So now we see that A, well, you can see A is kind of perpendicular to its pre-image A. A is mapped to A prime, which is 1, -2. B maps to -3, -4. C maps to -7, -6. And D maps to -4, -9. And so in general, for all rotations around the origin of 90 degrees in the counterclockwise direction, any point gets mapped to, while the x and the y switch, the y becomes negative and the x remains the same. Another example, let's say we want to rotate around the origin, but now in the -90 direction. in other words, 90 degrees clockwise. And so we see with example 2, reflecting the origin negative 90 degrees, pre-image A, negative 2, negative 1, maps to A prime, negative 1, 2. B maps to 3, 4. C maps to 7, 6. And D maps to 4, 9. And so in general, the rule for all negative 90 degree mappings rotated around the origin is xy maps to y negative x. The third example is rotating around the origin 180 degrees. Now with this one, it doesn't matter if we rotate clockwise or counterclockwise because the end result of rotating 180 is the same either direction. So let's rotate this set of pre-image points, A, B, C, D. And so we see the image of ABCD rotated 180 degrees gives us A prime is 2, 1, B prime is 4, negative 3, C prime is 6, negative 7, and D prime is 9, negative 4, which gives us a general rule for rotating 180 degrees. XY maps to negative x, negative y. In other words, just the opposite x, the opposite y. And finally, we rotate around other points. So here we have rotate around point A, negative 90 degrees. So we're rotating clockwise, and there's not necessarily a great rule about this, but it is important to visualize what's going on.